Hello guys and welcome. If you guys have been watching me on my channel, sorry about the mic issues. I found out that the reason I was having mic issues was because in the control panel in the sound setting in levels, it was automatically defaulting my mic to 24 for whatever reason, and apparently that's why it wasn't doing well. I guess whenever I turn my PC off, turn it back on, it automatically defaults to like a lower setting. As to why they do that, no idea. It should be defaultly at 100. It really makes no sense to me whatsoever. So, but anyways, now you should be able to hear me a bit better. So hopefully that resolves that issue. Anyways, what I want to talk about today is how to insert data into a database using Microsoft SQL Server. So right now we are using Microsoft SQL Server like Essential, and I'm pretty sure it's Essential. Hold on. Microsoft SQL Server like Essential or Experience, something like that. But just to be sure, I want to go to Firefox and look that up. So go to Firefox, Microsoft SQL Essential, I believe is what it's called. Is it Essential? Microsoft SQL Essential or Express? That's what it's called. It's called Microsoft SQL Express. And it's basically just a free, it's called Microsoft SQL Server Express, and basically what it is it's just like a free beginner tool to Microsoft SQL Server. So if you would want to use Microsoft SQL Server for your company one day, then you could actually practice with Microsoft SQL Server Express, which I'm sure there's a way you could hook it up to like an application and actually start inputting data in the database to keep track of, I don't know, just anything really in general. Like for example, in this demo, I'm gonna do for you guys, we are gonna be inserting data into like a library system. So I just recently created this table not too long ago. In my database, I just created a personal library, and as you can see, we got some tables for the creator, we got some tables for the hold, and I didn't want to make this video too long, so I'm just gonna go over how to input data in the member table. So if we go ahead and select our database, you can either probably do this, you can probably just, so what you do is you start a new query, for one. And then once that new query is started up, you would go in here. And as you can see, you have a bunch of different databases here, but the one we're mostly worried about is our personal library. And that's because I created that one recently. And if you want to create a database in Microsoft SQL Server, all you have to do is go over the database folder here, right click, new database. And then when you do new database, you just type in the database name. There are some other settings in here that you can play around with, but I didn't get into all of that. And then after you type in the database name, you just hit OK, pretty much. But I'm going to hit cancel because I already have a database set up called personal library. And now I'm going to show you guys how to view what's in the tables, and I'm also going to show you guys how to input data into the tables. So in order to see what's in the table, and I have an example of what's in the table, so you can do select star all, or not all, my bad, select star from, and then you can type dbo dot members, because that's the table I'm referencing. And then at the end of all of your queries in database, you want to put one of those. I don't think you have to, but it's just habit for me because I'm coming from like MariaDB to database, to Microsoft database. So I went from MariaDB to here now. And if you do that, that is going to list out everything in our tables. And let me go ahead and bring up this a little bit so you guys can see it better. Okay, so as you can see, when we ran that query, select star from members, it brought up our little database with one member in it. So it says the member ID is 1. My card number, I put my name in here. It says Kyle Smith. And then the card number is 1001. So what if we wanted, though, so that's how, so the select selects the member table, and then the star says select everything in the member table. And then the from, select star from, so we're getting it from the member table. So we're selecting something from the member table. So if I just wanted the card number, we could do that. We could select card number from DBO member, and it would just list that. So, see? We could even do this right here. We could get the card number. Well, let's select star again. That actually might work. Yeah, it still worked. Okay. So as you can see, we had card number, and then I could get first name and last name as well. So we could do select card number. Card number. Is that how I got it spelled there? Card number. Yeah, card number. First name. Usually, I don't know why it's doing that. First name and last name. And then we could do from DBO dot member. From DBO member. And then we could put that there, and then we could completely get rid of that, so we don't have to see everything. And run it, and boom, now we got the card number, the first name, and the last name from the member table in our library database. So if you wanted to view someone, just a list of people with their card number, first name, and last name, you could definitely do that. So a lot of cool stuff you can do with databases, a lot of good data management if you want to keep track of who your members are, what their card number is, what they have checked out, and stuff like that. And now, like I said, we were going to insert something into the members table, so we can just see the member table. We're going to select star from DBO dot members, because we just want to be able to see it, so we can see what's in our members table. Okay, then we can just execute that. As you can see, this is everything we have in our members table. And then in our member table. And just give me 1 second. Okay, so if we want to insert something into our members table, sorry, I had to look up some syntax. So in order to input something into our members table, we'll go ahead and get rid of this. What we would do is we would insert into, and then we would select the members table, and then down arrow to highlight it, and then enter. So it would insert into members, and then we would define what columns we wanted to insert stuff into. So we want to insert stuff into the first name. We want to insert stuff into the last name. We'll put stuff into the phone number. Put stuff into the phone. Email, which that'll come up to email. And we will, that's what we're going to insert. First name, last name, phone number, email. And then the member ID, the card number, the date joined, and is active automatically populate. Because that's the way we had it set up. So it put stuff, insert into. And then after you have that, you would add values. And then we are going to use strings, which I'm just going to copy and paste this in here so I don't take up like a crap load of time. And we'll just change the name. So that's what our values would look like. We would put that there. And we'll change it to Sam. We'll do Sam Casto, because that's pretty common last name. Or at least where I'm from. Sam Casto. We'll change the number to a 6, assuming that that's their number. And then we'll just do Sam at, we'll say yahoo.com. Yahoo.com. Why not? And then once you have that data there, we're pretty much saying that what we want to insert the data into using the insert command, we want to insert the data in member. And then we're defining our columns in parentheses here. So first name goes the first name, last name goes right here, phone number goes in the third element, and then I have phone number, first name, last name. Yeah, phone number goes into the third element, and then email goes into the fourth. So we have 4 elements, each one. Notice how they're kind of like lined up. And then if we run this, it will be entered. Oh, wait. Something happened here. State, let's see where 15 cannot insert the value null into column, card number, table. Wonder why it didn't work. That's strange. I don't know why that didn't work. Yeah, that definitely should have worked. Let's just try this. And let's see if this works here, because it should have definitely worked. Oh, I see. It's because we put member instead of maybe members? No, it should be member. That's so strange. Maybe it is members. Now run it. That's so weird. Hold on. So we can definitely fix this. Select star all, or select star from member. Yeah, member. So that definitely should have worked because it is member. So there is definitely something. Cannot insert the value null into card number. Oh, we have to define the card number too. Apparently. Weird. Hold on. Okay. So maybe we do have to set the, potentially the card number. Let me see here. Insert into library, card name, first name. Okay, I see. Yeah, you do have to have the card number. That's where I was going wrong. So, the card number actually goes first. That's where we were going wrong. We actually do have to manually put in the card number, otherwise it will not work. So, card number. Well, first name. There we go. And then the card number would go right here. And we could make the card number pretty much. You'd copy that. Do that. And we could make their card number 1002 for the heck of it. And then execute. There are more columns to insert statement than value specified. Oh, my bad. Forgot to put a comma there. Yes, database is very specific, so if you don't put everything specifically the way it is, and I apologize, then yeah, it won't work. But now it should. There you go. Now it worked. So where we were messing up was essentially we didn't put the card number in, and the card number has to be in there. Same with first name, last name, phone number, and email. Date joined automatically populates, is active, and member ID also automatically. So that member ID would be automatically populated, and it's a random number. So this is just like an example of how to insert members into a database, some of the values you would put in. And obviously, like, in the real world, there would be an application linked to this database. And it would be managed by a database administrator. But it's really cool stuff. So I definitely highly recommend getting into it if you are interested in the IT field. So database is really cool. And so is a lot of the different areas in IT. So I just wanted to share this video and yeah. So anyways, you guys have a good one. You guys have a great day.